All right, before we take a break and get into the lesson, I of the paper that I have given you all, if you have it, we're on lesson number 8 out of 20. I think it's 23 lessons, uh, which would be spiritual bypassing, which means people using, which means people will use religion to avoid emotional work, and it's almost like a question of a or a concern of avoidance of avoidance. We want to be, we want to do our best to become not only emotionally developed, but we want to be also spiritually mature. And for me, anything that remains in its natural form or natural state is spiritual, which means it's a natural progression. Um, what I really wanted to um, have a facilitate today, if I may use that language, it would be three parts when it comes to spiritual bypassing, because I think what I see now, to think about what I see is that people use it a lot, use religion a lot. More power to them. But if you profess something and you believe in it strong enough, it should hold you up. And because we can say, I love everybody, but yet we don't practice love on ourselves. We can intellectualize everything, but when we intellectualize it, we don't integrate it into our behavior. So it doesn't. What's happening is it's not measuring up. It doesn't line up. So if you become more so aware of that, you know that you can also see it in what? In others. And that kind of throw people off, because you say, oh, look, wait a minute, you know. Well, we know we should not focus on perfection, but we should focus on progress. And one thing I realized about progress, that it can be delayed, but it can't be denied. And that's why we're here. So we want to do some emotional work. You all wouldn't have got to where you are if you ain't do no emotional work. And if someone use it, you could be spiritually grown. And I ain't spiritually mature. And I ain't talking about professing any religious ideology, any religious philosophy or faith. You could just be spiritually mature within yourself, because it becomes the way that you live your life, how in the manner and way in which you conduct your affairs. But many look for the title, but they don't follow through and be about it in practice. And this is when ego comes into play. Ego say, I'm this entitled, but I'm not it in practice. And then you get bent out of shape when somebody is playing a role for you that you should have been playing what? Yourself. So I appreciate the level of maturity in which you express yourself today. That means a lot. And what did it did? It's almost like you were going through a cleansing out process. Ain't that something, man? That means that you're getting the draws of the impurities off the what? Off the gold. And you shining, ain't you? Ain't that something? That's a beautiful thing. And look at the path that it's putting you on. Huh? It's almost like you when your mother and your father they born you, they raise you, and they say, well, that's my son, and I name and so forth and so on. And then when you're going out doing things that you know they shouldn't do, they say that's still your son, but something has got a hold of him. Ain't that something? That same thing with you. You don't want nothing to get a hold of your what? Or your children. So you're trying to give them the proper guidance and the care that they need. Huh? It's almost like you when you said that you never had a particular, like a vehicle, something to drive and all this other stuff, but yet you're doing your best to work what? Work toward it. That means you grab the bull by the what? By the horn. Man. You ain't making no excuses, because an excuse is a failure to use your intelligence. Huh? Talking about, I ain't waiting for them to tell me when to go. When it's time for me to go, I'm what? I'm rolling out. Man. Who wants to deal with that type of experience when somebody have to force you to do something, knowing that something that you should be equipped and prepared to do for who? So we want to move beyond this spiritual bypass and avoiding doing the work, because it's going to take some work. And don't be deceived based upon the progress that you have made, because you can put the buggy before the what? Before the horse. Somebody said that, didn't they, man? So I want to share something before we take a break about the mirror and the medicine. I shared this before. Some people was privy to it. It's nothing but a nursery rhyme. Now I think I got to start, doing nursery rhymes for people to understand. Yeah. you know what I'm talking about? Let's pick up on this one here now. The mirror and the medicine. Little one wondered, lost in the street, chasing quick shadows that tasted so sweet. Nothing is wrong, the little one said, while quiet trouble grew in their head. A bottle, a habit, a place to hide. It's not about me, it's them, they cried. They pointed at others again and again, but never looked at the hurt from within. A wise old voice said, soft but clear, the danger you carry is already here. Not in the world, not in what they do. The sickness is living inside of you. But I know, the little one said, I've heard all the words. They're stuck in my head. The voice replied, then why do you fall if knowing the words has taught you at all? To know is a seed. To live is the tree. It grows when you face what you don't want to see. Truth to the mirror. Be honest. Be still. That's where you learn how to strengthen your will. The little one trembled. The truth felt loud. It wasn't the world. It wasn't the crowd. The pain they carried, buried so deep, was the very thing that put them to sleep. So day after day, they practiced it slow, watching their thoughts learning to grow. Less about others, more what is true on what is true. Healing began when they said, it's me, it's not you. Right. Now the lesson is simple, steady, and plain. Run from yourself if you stay in your pain. Face what is yours, though hard it may be. That's the path to being finally free. We take a 15-minute break and come on back.